Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. Today I'm going to show you how to build your own do-it-yourself trail camera mount. What this is going to do is it's going to allow you to position your trail camera in any position that you want to, pretty much. And it's going to allow you to get it up above the ground where it's not at eye level, where if you have trespassers, they're not going to be able to see it, and hopefully they won't, even if they do see it, they won't be able to get to it. So what spurred this was Kyle Tucker, my hunting partner, went out yesterday, and it is really cold today too. It's spring, but it's like 30 degrees out here. But Kyle went out yesterday to check some trail cameras, and they weren't there. So we had two of our trail cameras on one of our properties stolen. And we've got a lot of trail cameras. We've got 6 or 8 trail cameras, so we wanted to devise a way to get those up above the ground or put them in some kind of security box or something like that. And I've got a security box that's great, but it's heavy, it's bulky, and it's expensive. So I just so happened to have gotten my Bowhunter Box Club the other day for April, and in it was this Hawk deal here, which I'm going to show you guys real quick. And it's perfect for the situation that we want it, that we need it for. This allows you to put a backer on your trail camera here that has some teeth on it, and allows you to position your trail camera in any position as far as left and right and as far as up and down. So you can put this way up in a tree, way up here where people can't get to it, and you can position it down so that it can still get the pictures that you need to get the pictures of without having the chance of someone stealing it. And these are awesome, don't get me wrong, these are awesome. So I got to thinking, I was like, man, we need some of those to keep people from stealing our tree stand, or our trail cameras. And I got to looking at them, and they're $13 a piece, which, like I said, this is an awesome, I'm not knocking this Hawk camera mount at all. This is an awesome camera mount, and I wish I had 20 of them, but I don't, and I can't afford to go out and spend $130 on these things, plus shipping for the 10 trail cameras that we got. Well, 8 trail cameras now. So we needed to come up with a cheaper alternative. So I started doing some research on the internet, and I found on a website, which we'll put a link below so you can see these. This is not my idea, but I'm going to make a video on it so I can share it. On a website called QDMA, Quality Deer Management Association, they have plans for this, and it is a super easy, super cheap way of making your trail camera mount. Now, it's not as functional as this here. It has a few more limits to it than this. Basically, mine will go up and down, and that's about it. And you're going to need some tools to put this together, and you're going to have to take some tools with you to the trees to put it in position. So it's not as versatile as, I just knocked off my trail camera. It's not as versatile as the Hawk, but it's a lot cheaper. I've got about $4 a piece into these. So I want to show you real quick, close up, how I put this together. Okay, so assembly on these is pretty basic. I'm going to show you one of these up close, and I'll show you all the parts that I've got for it, and what you can buy to build these. Now, you can go cheaper, you can go more expensive. I've got about $4 a piece in each one of these. I didn't use a locking nut. I wish I would have done that. And I went a little bit too large on my one that's got the 1/4 threads on it, and probably not big enough on the one that's got the lag bolt on it. So I probably would have liked to have had these two swapped around, 1/4 about 1 inch, 1.25 inches, and the lag bolt about 2 inches. But that's what my local hardware store had in the same size. I really had limited selection. So while I've got you here, I want to show you how the Hawk version works. Now, the Hawk version is awesome. I like the Hawk version. It's a really well designed, well thought out product, but this one's about $13 a piece versus about $4 a piece. So these need tools. You know, there's a trade-off for it. These need tools to put it up and stuff like that, but these are all pretty much hand. But the Hawk version is really cool. So you can see how the Hawk version works. It's got a friction slider in there with some teeth on it, so you can position it. On the back here, it's got this adapter plate that the teeth go in there just like that and slide into place, and then you can put it on the back of your camera. You can put it on the bottom side of your camera. It also comes with an adhesive so you can stick it to the back of your camera as well. I like this, screwing it on there just so I can pretty much take it from camera to camera to camera. So that's the Hawk version of it, and that's a really good one. But like I said, those are $13 a piece versus $4 a piece for these. So let me get out everything here and show you how to assemble this and what you're going to need to put this together. Okay, so you're looking at pretty much everything you need to build this. You're going to have an eye bolt with a nut on here. This is a 1/4 this one's 2.5 inches long. Like I said, I probably should have went with about 1 inch long on this one, but I had limited selection. This is a screw eye hook, an eye bolt with a lag bolt on the bottom of it. This one is 2 1/16 on there, and these come in boxes of 20. I also bought these 1/2 inch washers, and then a 1/2 13 stainless steel bolt and a 1/2 13 galvanized nut. I would have went with a galvanized or a stainless steel or a galvanized bolt on here, but I couldn't find any, so I had a limited selection on what I could get. So I went ahead and picked these up. So putting these together is pretty easy. You're going to start with your bolt, and you're just going to drop a washer on there, and you can do this part in whatever order you want to. Take your 1/4 eye bolt and run that 1/4 nut down on there. You are gonna may want that later. Drop that on there. Take one of your eye bolts with the lag screw on there. Drop that on there. Drop your other washer on there. Put your 1/2 13 nut on the back side, and that is pretty much it. Now what I'm going to use this for, you could use a thumb screw on here, a wing nut, but if you get your camera out there and you get it in a position, say you want it facing just like this, but the threads don't stop there, you can run this nut up there and you can tighten that nut down and it'll hold it in the position that you want. So you're not limited by, see this tightens down right there. So if it tightens down right there and I don't want it in that position, I can use this nut to change the position on it. So like I said, about $4 on it. Now you're going to need tools to put this in. You're going to need, if you go with the same way that I did here, you're going to need a couple 3/4 inches to put that on there, and maybe a wrench for this 1/4 here to tighten it up. So that's about all it's going to take to put this together. Okay, so you can see there, super easy to put this thing together. It doesn't take any time at all to put these things together. I'll probably throw some spray paint on these, just some brown or some black or something like that to help them blend in a little bit and help them hide a little bit. But we're going to put these up in our trees and put them up to where they're 10 feet off the ground, something like that, and thieves can't get to them. So it's a great way of building a cheap product that you can save some money on and keep your trail cameras from getting stolen. Like I said, these Hawk camera mounts, if you can afford them, they're great. They're a lot more versatile than what the ones that I've built are, but they're a little bit more expensive too. You know, you can build about 3 of these ones of mine versus about 1 of these. So if you're like me, us, and you got 8 to 10 trail cameras, these can mount up on the cost pretty quickly, where these are fairly cheap. So that's how I built this. I'd like to thank QDMA, the website there. We'll put a link below to them to so you can see the plans, where I got my plans from, and check those out. And you know, Hawk, if you got the money, Hawks are great. They're great ones, camera mounts as well, a lot more versatile than what my little deals are, but mine are a lot cheaper. So check those out. Check out QDMA's website for the plans on this. I appreciate you guys watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and please be sure to follow us on social media. We are on Instagram and Facebook under Ike's Outdoors. Appreciate you guys watching.